I think we kind of touched on this a little bit, but we can kind of dive into these teams a little bit more in depth. In the West Coast Conference, you have St. Mary's. St. Mary's is so good, steady, and consistent now that like you almost don't want to call them a mid major, but then you look at the resources they have, like, no, this is a mid major, but they are just that good all the time. What do you think about the Gales this year?
Elite coaching staff, as always. Just what they've built is, especially like you said, with the resources they have, is kudos to them. They've always had that infusion of like Aussies or other foreign guys that I think really helps because they're able to get some under the radar guys that some of these other programs might not look at. I think one of the things that really has helped them in particular is they can get some more high quality high school recruits now because those kids aren't necessarily going to the Pac 12 schools that were there now that are in the Big 10 or Big 12. So they're able to get some higher quality high school kids from that local area. This really helped propel them as well. As you see, they have a handful of guys this year who are contributing that are from that general area. So I think that's really been a cool thing to see that they've taken advantage of that. But they always have that Aussie or foreign influence. They always have a big guy or two who can stretch and do things. They always have a quality guard, and you see that this year. I mean, that's it's just they just plug in a new guy every couple of years because they have a guy who's been there for 3 or 4 years and just does things that they've been taught to do correctly by that staff. It's just a tremendous program that's been built there, and I'm a fan of that program. I hope that they are able to continue to have that success just because they've built it the right way.
Absolutely. It is so cool. And the funny thing is, I don't think until this past year that I realized like how cool their campus looks too.
Yep.
I feel like for some reason like they just jumped like from surprising mid-major to mid-major that's always good so quickly that like you never had that moment where people started to look up their campuses like like the Florida Gulf Coast run many years back. Like everyone found out about their campus during the run and stuff. I feel like that moment never happened for St. Mary's. And then finally last year, there were so few other storylines in the tournament that all of a sudden people started noticing their campus. And I was like, this place is incredible. I mean, no wonder why they're getting these guys from overseas and now local guys to come in. It's very, very cool. I think it'll be very interesting to see this team this year, just because like I think they actually score a little bit better than we've seen some recent St. Mary's teams.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, you always know night in, night out they're going to defend at an elite level, but they're putting up more points this year too. They usually play kind of like a slow, methodical type pace. They've always had shooters, they've always had elite guards that could do things, but they have usually played slower, and they're playing a little bit more up tempo this year, which has been exciting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, circle your calendar for when they play Gonzaga because that is going to be a showdown for
Yes,
sure.